Hello everybody, I'm Alexandra Kosteniuk and I'll comment for you now my game from the 9th round of the Chess Olympiad in Istanbul. My team has started the Olympiad with 5 wins, but then in the rounds 6 to 8 made 3 draws. So this match against the team of India was very important for our tournament's destiny. I was playing white on the 4th board of this match against the Indian player Soumya and I started the game with my favorite move, e4. Although my opponent plays the Sicilian defense, she opted for a more solid Caro-Kann defense and opened the game with the c6 move. d4, d5, e5, bishop f5, knight f3, e6, bishop e2, and here black played c5. This line has become very popular for black in the last years. It's a very concrete line with a lot of theory and long variations. I continued the game with c3, although usually I play more concrete bishop e3, but for this game I had prepared something special. My opponent continued with knight c6, castling, c takes d4, knight takes d4. C takes d4 is more often played here, but taking with the knight is opening the road for the f-pawn, which is about to say some very important words in this game. Knight takes d4, c takes d4, knight e7, knight c3, knight c6. There was another game played in this line between Vishy Anand and Magnus Carlsen. Vishy Anand was playing black, and instead of knight c6, he continued the game with h6. And after bishop b5 check, knight c6, bishop takes c6 check, b takes c6, bishop e3. On the 38th move, the opponents agreed on a draw. After knight c6, I continued the game with g4, bishop g6, f4, threatening to trap the bishop on g6 after playing f5. That's why my opponent protected the f5 square by playing queen d7. But I continued my pawn's march and played f5 nevertheless. E takes f5, and here's the key move of this line, h4. My trainer Alexander Zantsev showed me this idea quite a long time ago, but one has to be patient sometimes to be able to have a chance to apply new ideas in tournament games. Here my opponent spent almost 1 hour trying to figure out the best way for black to continue, and finally took on g4, f takes g4. It's definitely not the best option for black, and hopefully I can show black what awaits them if they choose other lines in my next games. So after f takes g4, I started to play on my own, and it is quite a dangerous moment in modern chess when your home analysis is over and you start using your own brain. And there are so many examples where grandmasters, after reaching a won position according to their analysis, were unable to finish their game successfully, even though they've shown perfectly their homeworks. I continue the game with bishop takes g4, queen d8, h5, queen h4. And here, of course, I didn't take on g6, h takes g6, since after queen g3 check, king h1, h takes g6 check, black is winning. Instead, I made a very strong move, king g2, protecting the g3 square. Black has to retreat the bishop, and the only square where it can go to is e4, so my opponent played bishop e4 check, knight takes e4, d takes e4, and here I spent some time hesitating between 2 moves, which I liked a lot during the game, rook f4 and bishop f4. At last I opted for bishop f4, figuring out that finishing the development might be very important here. But rook f4 would have been much stronger, since it doesn't give black time for any break. After rook f4, I'm threatening to play bishop d7 check, winning the queen on h4, so black has to retreat the queen. If black goes to d8 after queen d8, white can continue the game with d5, and after knight takes e5, queen a4 check, king e7, rook takes e4, queen takes d5, bishop g5 check, f6, white wins after rook d1, b5, rook takes d5, b takes a4, rook e takes e5 check, king f7, rook d7 check, king g8, bishop e6 checkmate. If black moves the queen to e7, then white wins after playing d5, And after knight takes e5, queen a4 check, king d8, rook takes e4, f6. White can continue the game with beautiful rook takes e5, although simple bishop s3 is winning as well here. And after f takes e5, bishop g5, winning the game. But in the game I opted for more solid bishop f4. And after rook d8, bishop g3, queen g5, queen e7 is bad here due to d5 and then d6. I played queen b3, although d5 was strong here as well. And here my opponent made a very good defensive move, rook takes d4, the move that I missed. Even though black's position is still very bad here, white needs to be precise. Instead of rook takes d4, f6 didn't help, since I would play queen e6 check, bishop e7, rook a to d1, knight takes d4, rook takes d4, rook takes d4, and I win the queen after playing bishop f4, queen h4, rook h1. In the game, I played queen f7 check, king d8, queen e6. King h3 was another strong move here, but the game continued with queen e6. Black played king c7, and here I played rook a to d1. Unfortunately, I didn't see that after rook f7 check, king b6, bishop f4, rook d2, I have a very strong king f1 move, which is almost winning the game. Black has to retreat the queen to d8, queen d8, and after queen b3 check, bishop b4, bishop e3 check, my position is almost won. Rook a to d1 is less precise, but my opponent played bishop c5. More stubborn way to play would have been rook takes d1, and then bishop c5. And here after rook d7 check, king b8, I would continue the game with queen f5, proposing to exchange the queens, getting into a better endgame. If black tries to keep the queens on the board by playing queen c1, I can continue the game by playing e6 check, king a8, queen takes e4, and after queen g1 check, king h3, queen f1 check, queen g2, my king is safe and my position is still much better. In the game after bishop c5, I won quite easily. I continued the game with rook f7 check, king b8, rook takes d4, bishop takes d4, queen d7, queen d2 check, king h3, and after queen takes b2, there are several options to win the game, but I chose the following line: queen c7 check, king a8, bishop c8, threatening to give checkmate on b7, and black resigned, since after knight d8 I would play e6, opening the g3 bishop and threatening to give checkmate on b8, queen b8, and black cannot protect from being checkmated. So it was a very nice game where, using my home preparation, I was able to win, to convert it to a full point, and to help my team to win this important match of the 9th round of the World Chess Olympiad 2012 in Istanbul, Turkey, which eventually was won by my Russian national team. Hello everybody, I'm Alexandra Kosteniuk, the 12th Women's World Chess Champion. In my videos, I'm using the coolest chess software on the chess market, which is the Chess King software, with the strongest chess engine, Houdini 2, and the biggest Giga King database. And if you want to become a cooler, stronger, and more advanced chess player, I would definitely recommend you get this chess software, especially using this promotional code that you see on your screens. I hope my videos and the Chess King software will help you to fulfill your chess dreams.